Nissan's mid-size Pathfinder has always sort of bounced between two extremes. Over the course of its 4 current generations, this SUV has sort of vacillated between being a rugged off-roader and being more of a softer mall crawler sort. But for the 22 model year, the 5th generation Pathfinder is back to, finding more paths? Anyway, let's blaze some new trails and see what's changed and how it works for your family. The 4th generation Pathfinder was a little on the softer side of Sears in the looks department, but boy, how the pendulum swung on this one. Like about half of Nissan's lineup before it, the new Pathfinder is all butch and burly now. I mean, the headlights are all angry looking and the whole body itself is a little more chiseled and a little less molded. Now, if you're a fan of throwbacks, and who isn't, QB roll. The partially angled C-pillar that you see in the back is actually meant to evoke the design of the original Pathfinder. I'll be blunt, the old Pathfinder's interior was old and bad, full stop. But Nissan has thrust the 2022 model straight into the 21st century with some very thoughtful upgrades. The overall look is far more modern, and on this platinum-trimmed model there's plenty of soft materials throughout. The layout is way less cluttered, yet storage options are absolutely everywhere. From the new center tunnel cubby to the armrest that's spacious enough to hold a purse and then some. Move back to the second row and there's a new center console that can be removed for a little extra space between the optional captain's chairs. But accessing the third row really isn't a problem either way, thanks to a new button on the back of the seat and at the bottom that, with a single press, launches the second row forward. Now, of course, it will work with the child seat in it, but I cannot stress this enough, not with the child in the seat. Anyway, thanks to a new widening and a little bit of a lift, the third row now seats 3 abreast, and even my 6-foot Gumby-ass body can fit back there with ease. The third row also gets some love by way of USB ports. There's a pair in the back, totaling up to 6 in the entire car, 2 per row. Speaking of tech, there's plenty of it, although most of it is here, up front. If you like screens, great, you can get up to 3 of them. You can have an available 9-inch touchscreen smack dab in the center of the dashboard running wireless CarPlay and Android Auto in addition to Nissan's Nissan Connect infotainment system. In addition, there is also an available 12.3-inch gauge display with some, let's just say, interesting ways to display the speedometer and tach. And if that's not enough, right above it is a head-up display. Safety tech abounds in the Pathfinder 2. All 4 trims come standard with Nissan's suite of active and passive safety systems that includes automatic emergency braking with pedestrian detection, blind spot monitoring, lane departure warning, automatic high beams, and reverse automatic braking. Move up 1 trim to the SV and you're met with Nissan's ProPilot Assist, a new addition to the Pathfinder that uses adaptive cruise and lane keep assist to hold the vehicle in its lane on the highway, with or without traffic. I mean, heck, if you have navigation, it'll even link to the navigation system and check speed limits and make sure the vehicle is met at the right speed for the right situation. Pretty cool stuff. The 2022 Nissan Pathfinder still rocks the same V6 as before, putting out 284 horsepower and 259 pound-feet of torque. But what's new is the 9-speed automatic transmission bolted to it. Now, this thing is pretty darn smooth in daily use. I mean, sure, it takes a couple of ticks here and there to figure out what gear it's in, but on the whole, a mile and a half better than the CVT. Plus, it has the added benefit of allowing a 6,000 pound towing capacity. That's bonkers. I mean, it's best in segment. The whole powertrain will be more than sufficient for most Pathfinder buyers. It accelerates just fine, and there's a new and improved all-wheel drive system that eliminates the need for the front wheels to slip before the rear wheels can grip. On the suspension front, yeah, it's kinda smooth, which makes it squat a little bit with some unintended movements, but it is quite the smooth operator on the highway, where, mind you, it can get up to 27 mpg depending on trim and drivetrain layout. On the center console is a mode switch with 7 different modes, and after spending some time at Hollyoaks Off-Road Park, going up steep hills, going down steep hills, bombing some puddles, and driving through some sandy ruts, I have no doubt that the Pathfinder will find whatever path its owners are after, short of, some of the crazier stuff that requires mega ride heights and acrobatic wheel articulation. When it goes on sale this summer, the 2022 Nissan Pathfinder will be available in 4 trims, all of which will be available with both front and all-wheel drive. Pricing starts at about $34,500 for the base S with front-wheel drive, while a Platinum with all-wheel drive at the top of the range will set you back about $50,000 large. Now, if you're looking for something that's just a bit more brawny than your average school pickup line crossover, well, the 2022 Pathfinder might be just what you're looking for.